very concerned about how this divorce is going to affect the kids, because I heard some incredibly terrifying statistics.
Well, I've heard incredibly terrifying things about people staying together that shouldn't, and what that does to the kids.
And I've wondered, are we being selfish? Is this really selfish of us, like not thinking about them?
We do think about them.
When you look at it on paper, divorce does all this. So how is this good for the kids?
Well, damn.
I know.
I'm gonna cry. So.
Damn it. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird.
It's weird to think I'm a single mom with 2 small kids.
And this is...
Yeah.
Why is it I was a little resentful?
Yeah. I could see it in your face.
Because in that moment,
yeah.
I was like, you made us split up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, focus. You look great. I always look like a dog's dinner.
No, that's not true.
I had a glow up, people were saying.
Definite glow up.
Do you think?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I look like trash.
No way.
I think I look like trash. I literally look at myself and I go, you look like trash.
That's so crazy you think that.
I
Because
do.
you're a conventionally attractive man.
I feel like I don't feel like that.
That's crazy.
You know what?
That's body dysmorphia.
I feel like I'm still that fat 14-year-old.
That's actual body
I'm
dysmorphia.
still that fat 14-year-old in my head. Fat, spotty 14-year-old. That's where I still am in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Still now?
Yeah.
But you have all these girls fawning over you.
So the big news is we're divorcing.
Yeah.
Sucks. I just said it before. We just recorded her podcast. We said it, and I've said it again, and it still isn't sinking in.
No.
It doesn't feel real.
No. I'm dissociating. I need to go to therapy.
When you say dissociating, does that mean you're not dealing with...
Yeah.
Oh.
Like literally, do you see that? That's
yeah.
what I'm talking
That's
about. It's like,
dissociating.
my brain goes, because I swear to you, it's like a coping mechanism.
Right.
Yeah, you just like my subconscious mind or part of my brain goes, we're gonna shut off now, so you don't have to fully deal with it because it's too painful and it's too much. So I feel like there's just this part of me that's not fully I have not processed it. Let's put it that way.
I
have not processed it yet.
I feel like I did process it, but it was very painful. That last year where I ended up going to jail, I processed it through all that. But I mean, that's the lowest point you can get to. Like, I wanted to end it, and then I ended up going to jail in December. Like,
you were insane.
I was not only insane, I was a little boy. I didn't have any masculine energy, and I learned this weekend. I went on you've heard about this. I went on this men's weekend, and I learned that I wasn't a man. I should have been stronger, and you didn't ask for it, but I handed over my masculine energy. I don't want to say handed over, because I lost my masculine energy. I just gave it up. Well, I don't know how.
Okay, I think I know. Because, because when we met, you were very much in your masculine, and I was in my feminine, right? You were scoring movies, and I was a struggling actress, and you were like definitely protecting and provider role.
Yeah.
And then it sort of switched a little bit.
That was the death of it.
But I don't know, because there were years where it was like, you're 12 years older than me. You were like, Laura, I've done a million movies. Like, I've done it. Like, you're just emerging and coming up, and let me help you and support you. Yeah. So like the roles kind of shifted, and then I started experiencing all this success, and you were like along with me and like very much my partner in it. But then the pressure came on me to like provide in a sense.
Right.
In a sense, I felt that pressure to like bring in,
that was,
so I was like in my masculine.
Yeah.
And then I think when we had kids,
Yeah.
I so badly didn't want to work.
Right.
I wanted to just be with the kids.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
But that's what I learned recently, is that I messed up. Like, I never really claimed responsibility for messing up, and I feel like I was weak, and I'm not anymore. Is the point. I've changed. This, I'm not saying this that I've changed because we're going to get back together, because we're divorcing, so that's not going to happen. But I've changed for myself, and I learned to be a man this weekend, and I'm taking that forward into my life, and it feels really good. It feels the divorce feels horrible and weird.
Definitely weird. I'm sure, because if we were together 11 years,
oh man,
it's not going to take, we're not going to process it overnight. Like, this 1 year that we haven't been together is nothing compared to all the years we were. So of course it's going to take time. Yeah. But we're also not going no contact. We literally have 2 kids together. We see each other all the time. Yeah. We love and respect one another. Yeah. We love and adore our kids. Yeah. We both want what's best for them. Yeah. Like, we hear definitely horror stories of bad divorces, and this is not one. We have a mediator. We're agreeing on things. We want what's best for one another.
Well, a couple of things I wanted to say. First of all, I'm becoming more traditional man. I feel like I'm becoming more of a traditional male in terms of a lot of things, like the political stuff that I've been posting, which Laura has. You'd had nothing to do with it. You didn't even know when we were together. Yeah. I felt. No, I didn't know. And then also I still don't. I do know, but I don't watch a lot of the controversial content, quote unquote, because I want to keep our relationship really clear, and I don't want anything political to get in the way of us being loving and peaceful to each other, and just being the best co-parents and friends we can be. So, political stuff like tears families apart. Yeah. To me, that's not worth it. No. It's like, and this is like his job. He creates content, and so do I. To me, that's irrelevant to our relationship, and I just keep it that way. Yeah. Everyone is constantly asking me to talk about it, to make a response video to it, and I just ignore, because no, like, you are our kid's father. Yeah. And like, our family's that's what I care about. Separated from that. Right. Yeah. And the whole point of this journey was around becoming a father. When I became a father, and certain things happened around vaccination. That was with Alfie. That was such a massive thing for me, and that's where it all started. And all the stuff that I post now is still to do with Alfie, because autistic kids are more likely to be trans, and that's fine. I'd have no problem with transgender people. I love people. I love people. You never did. You always told me one of the things he wanted to do is like, oh, I'd love to work with a trans pop star. Like, that would be so cool. See? Like, I don't have anything against trans people. I have a massive problem with the agenda that they push for kids to transition medically. I have a huge problem with it. At what age are they? 2. They're doing some kids at 2. That can't be true. That's what everyone says. That's what all liberals say. That's not happening. It's happening. Wait, Stephen, Poppy just told me. But see, it's the fear around Alfie being manipulated into that ideology that's spurred me on. So you got the vaccination, then you got this, and this is the reason that I'm. But you're his parent, and so am I, and so. It's like something, I even think like something like breast implants. Like, I remember I met a 16-year-old girl who had them, and I thought to myself, that's too young. She's too young. Yeah. She might regret that. Right. And so if something like that
if they came to us at a really young age wanting to transition, it's like, that's fine. So when you're an adult, you can do that.
Right.
Right?
Well, I'm glad I'm glad we're on the same page, because I don't ever ask you about that, because I know that's a thing, we don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, just because your ideas change so much when you're a kid and your brain is still developing.
Right? That's what I think.
So it's just waiting until they're a legal adult to make that decision seems to make sense.
Yeah. 100%.
To me, but I'm always open to being wrong as well. That's just what comes to mind for me.
If Alfie at 18, is trans or Poppy, I won't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. I will have a problem if the school pushes an agenda on him and confuses him because he's autistic, and it's overwhelmingly autistic kids that get this gender dysphoria. And then they go online and they're told that the reason you're depressed is because you're the wrong sex, and they believe it. And then they're down the rabbit hole, and then there's medicated for life, puberty blockers. I mean, the pharmaceutical company, I can't trust pharmaceuticals because I literally died from.
Yes. Well, here's the crazy thing about that too is, so Stephen had a seizure and almost died from withdrawal from
OxyContin and
Xanax. And then I got him into a detox and a rehab.
Yeah.
And this was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And at the rehab, I got a call from one of the people who work there saying he's refusing to take medication, and if he doesn't take this, we're going to kick him out. I said, what's the medication? They go, anti-anxiety, which is the very thing that almost killed the man.
Yeah.
Very thing that caused him to have a full-on seizure, start turning purple, and go stiff, entirely stiff, to where I thought he died in front of me. And I screamed like I've never screamed before for all the doctors and nurses to come in. And then they pulled me away and put me in a room. And I'm shaking and hyperventilating for like 10, 15 minutes, thinking you died. Oh my God. And then they, whatever, did what they had to do to get you back. But that was from anti-anxiety, from Xanax. And then here they are at a rehab saying, if you don't take, well, he's anxious. He's got anxiety, and we need to medicate him.
I was
with
putting
the
them under
very
my
thing
tongue.
that almost killed you.
I was putting them under my tongue and spitting them out.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because that's insanity.
Yeah.
And so they have to get you guys on medication, the pharmaceutical companies, to like keep it going.
Yeah, because they make so much money. And that's my issue. So that's the reason that all of this political stuff, and I realize now I am political. I never thought I was political, and I always used to say I'm not political, but, and I realize now I am political. What I'm saying is political. Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
My dad, when he was around your age, became political.
Right.
There's something about
having a kid and becoming middle-aged.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
although
I'm interested.
you could still identify as sprightly young gentleman.
I am a sprightly young gentleman.
Yeah, because that'll make you feel. Yeah. You don't have to say.
I can identify as that. I see what you mean. Yeah, that could be my pronoun. Sprightly young gentleman. Yeah. Is that a noun?
I don't know, but it could be yours.
That's mine.
Sprightly young gentleman.
Everyone has to refer to me as a sprightly young gentleman, and if you don't, you're a bigot.
Yeah.
A racist.
Yeah.
So I am very concerned about how this divorce is going to affect the kids, because I heard some incredibly terrifying statistics.
Well, I've heard incredibly terrifying things about people staying together that shouldn't, and what that does to the kids, and how they wished their parents got a divorce, or how they're so grateful that their parents got a divorce because they're still friends. They still go on vacation together, or hang out together, or go have lunch together.
But who knows what those kids would be doing if their parents had stayed together? They may be way forward in life.
No, they're thriving, these kids.
But they could be thriving more.
Okay. Thriving more.
Yeah, I heard that.
How much do you want to thrive?
I'm worried that they're more likely to live in poverty. They're more likely to have health issues. They're more likely to be promiscuous. They're more likely to be addicts. And they're already predisposed to be addicts. And I've wondered, are we being selfish? Is this really selfish of us, like not thinking about them?
We do think about them.
I know, I feel like we do too. But when you look at it on paper, divorce does all this. So how is this good for the kids? It isn't. You can't.
No, we get along more. now that we don't live together. You're more present with the kids when you see them.
Yeah, that's true.
The kids are happy and doing really well. They see you 3 days a week.
Yeah.
They, you know, you drive Alfie to school in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, they love you.
Yeah.
They love me.
Yeah.
They see us together. We have lunch all as a family together. They see us getting along, respecting each other, loving one another, being peaceful with one another. We never fight in front of them anymore. When we were together, we did.
Yeah. Did we? A lot?
I think so.
Only a couple of times.
We were never good at fighting. Ever.
No.
We never had good.
No.
Never. I felt whenever I would try and bring something to you, I got the silent treatment, or you were super defensive to me, and it became very unsafe for me to express any sort of concern I had in our relationship.
Yeah.
And I felt that was one of the things that drove us apart.
I wish I'd done this men's weekend 2 years ago. Oh my God. The whole thing would have been different. Everything you say is stuff that I learned this week. It's
really?
Nuts. It's nuts. I mean, why I wasn't directed to do it like from upstairs 2 years ago, I don't know. Well,
don't you want to trust God?
Yeah, I do. I believe in God.
I mean, I have to say you're doing well. You seem happy, and
I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm happy.
Okay.
No, because our lives are messed up.
You couldn't wait to get away when you were in the same house.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I'd done the weekend. Because it would have answered all this. I mean, I would have dealt with everything so much differently from my masculine place that I learned to be this weekend. I would have dealt with everything so differently. And I'm just like, why? When I came away from that weekend, I was like, why is this the time? Why now? It doesn't make any sense. I'm sure it will make sense down the line, but right now it's crazy. Like, we wouldn't have been divorced. We wouldn't have been divorced.
Well, damn.
I know.
I'm gonna cry. So.
God damn it. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm one of those weird divorced single dads that I used to think was so sad.
You're not sad.
I'm a little bit sad.
No, you're not.
I don't do anything. I just stay indoors working all day long.
And I look after toddlers.
Yeah.
And don't sleep anymore because they're crazy. They're crazy. It's a lot. It's weird to think I'm a single mom with 2 small kids. Working.
Okay, I am going to tell you a video I made. So see how you react to this. This is this kind of thing I do. And this is only that it's just an observation. Okay. And actually, see, people hate on this. I said, why is it socially acceptable and celebrated to say you're a single mum, but demonized to say you're a housewife?
Well, I don't agree with that at all.
But it is, right? In our society, a housewife is massively looked down on. I certainly
don't. I do not believe that at all. I think housewives are the most admirable, incredible women to me. There's nothing harder than raising kids.
Right.
They have the hardest job, and it's 24/7.
So that's a great perspective then. So why do they not get the respect in society?
Because we live in a capitalist society, and because we're in a capitalist society, and the housewife is not earning money for the country or for the world. So they're not respected.
Right.
Because we live in a capitalist society. That's why.
Well, capitalism is the only society that the only thing that's worked.
But they're not benefiting.
Right.
Capitalism, although they are buying things. So maybe they are. Yeah. But I can't think of any other reason why that would be.
Yeah.
It definitely is like I can't see women looking down on housewives. Like, that seems absurd to me.
Would one of your friends say, I'm a housewife? Would they identify as a housewife?
They would say stay-at-home mom. But
Right.
that's just a more modernized term for
Modernized term.
Yeah.
But still,
Same thing.
You'd have to agree
Stay-at-home
that
mom.
it's not as socially
Yes.
right.
I'll say my sister, who is a stay-at-home mom, and she
Right.
works so hard just cooking these amazing meals,
Right.
healthy meals for these kids, and teaching them and just loving them and being there for them. And it's by far the hardest job. I mean, the fact when I say I'm a working single mom, right? So, but the working bit is the easiest bit
Right.
of my,
I feel that when they come here.
yes, the working bit is the easiest
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
And now it's hard when you're tired because you haven't slept from your kids. That is difficult, but doesn't hold a candle to parenting. That's the hardest job, hands down.
See, now
Hands
that
down.
is an example of a post that I got a lot of hate on.
But what did you say?
You're a misogynist was the big...
Because
people
why?
call me a misogynist because I'm not scared to
No.
talk about it.
Why did they call you a misogynist?
I
Because
guess
why?
they were saying that they thought I was making a comment where I was just asking the question.
What did they think your comment was?
That a housewife is as respectable as a single mom.
That a housewife is...
I mean, I get the sense that it was a lot of single working mums that were upset that I said
Okay,
that.
so when you say a housewife,
I said a
that
housewife.
means someone who's still together with their spouse.
Right.
So it would be easier, and I think this too sometimes, if I had another adult in the house.
Right.
At times,
Yeah.
there are times where I'm like, man, an extra,
Yeah.
you know? So it is harder
Yeah.
as a single mom,
Yeah.
I would say. So a single working mom, right, raises the kids pretty much on their own
Yeah.
and also has to pay the bills as well.
Right.
And so she has to pay for childcare, or maybe she gets child support. I don't know.
Right.
But so it's harder, I would argue, for a single working mom than it is for a stay-at-home mom, because the stay-at-home mom has the help of the husband and the support of the husband.
Right.
The husband is out there making money. She doesn't have to carry that weight.
But isn't that the point
Also,
of
the husband
marriage?
is helping the children as
But
well.
what you just said there, that's marriage.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's easier
marriage-
for a married woman than it is for a single woman.
But
Yes.
you said that marriage is like a social construct that doesn't mean anything.
No, I
but
didn't say it
it's-
doesn't mean anything.
No, but you didn't say it didn't mean anything.
I
You
was
said
just
it's a
trying to
social
I was trying to
construct.
lighten it.
But it's-
lighten the divorce. for
Marriage
us.
was designed to protect kids. That's the whole point of it. That's the only point of marriage for
Okay.
kids. So to be given up on that feels like a failure to my kids, for me.
Then why didn't you put work into the marriage
'Cause
when we were in the marriage?
I
then?
didn't know how to. I didn't know what to do. That's
Because it's not like I didn't give you
No.
8,000 different chances to do
it's
that.
a very nebulous. What you just said there is a very you're right, but why didn't? What did you say? Why didn't you do something
put work
about
into
it?
the marriage
Yeah,
when we were
I didn't
in it.
know what the work was. I didn't know what
I
to
literally
do.
asked you to get help
Yeah,
1,000,000 times.
but I didn't know where the help was. And I'm not, it was my fault. I should have researched it. I should have asked for help. I should have gone to my sponsor. I should have said, will you help me? And he would have directed me to this. But I wasn't going to meetings. I think not going to, dropping out of 12-step programs
Yeah.
was huge in this divorce. For me, losing my mind, losing my masculinity. It all started with dropping out of AA, then Alfie, the house, your mum staying here when Poppy was born, that led to arguments, then the falling out, like feeling very, very, very resentful at our circle for pushing vaccines, then realizing that Alfie is has more propensity to be trans, and I don't want him to have surgery. That's the whole arc of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, I should have asked for help. I should have asked for help from my sponsor, and he would have directed me to the men's weekend, and then I would have learnt all my skills. It's amazing to think that. I mean, I think I can say that it was like from 8 a.m. to like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I think I can say that, like fully intense, but I don't know why it's now.
But I think that we're always going to be in each other's lives.
Yeah, but he said if you can put it back together by any means necessary.
Is that why you're having me on this podcast?
No, because I accepted it's done. I've accepted it's done.
So why are you saying that?
Ago. No, I'm just saying because it was interesting. Okay. It was an interesting thing that I learned I didn't know before. I didn't know any of this stuff. I thought, it's better for the kids if they're not living in a home where people are arguing over everything you always hear. But is it? I don't know. It's just interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. It's a more traditional point of view, I guess. I'm definitely...
To stay together for the kids.
Yeah. It doesn't sound great.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And it leads to like...
a responsibility that you agree to when you have kids.
Well, but it leads to, the parents being unhappy. And
yeah, but is that selfish? Should the parents suck it up?
No, because you're more present and happy with those kids. I watch you with these kids now.
That's true.
And you're more present and happy. You feel more free. You're saying and doing what you want.
Is that because we're separated, or is that because I've grown as a person, though?
I don't know.
I don't know either. And we'll never know. We'll never know. But I wouldn't have felt like...
compelled to do that.
I wouldn't be where I am in terms of my talking about the way I believe so much now if we were together.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's denying a big part of yourself.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was Oprah or someone who talked about like the point of life is to find out who you are and fully express exactly who you are with the world.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm butchering, right?
So then,
and so you're doing
I am doing that,
and you weren't doing that before.
I was.
I was holding you back
once again.
Unintentionally.
You never said anything, but I was 100% underneath you.
But I didn't ask for that at all. I never asked you to like.
100% my responsibility. 100%. I never should have let that happen.
But I didn't ask for...
You didn't ask for anything.
But I was appreciative,
I put myself there.
Yeah, we were a good team.
We had a lot of success from that dynamic.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And it got us, we built something and we got our houses that we're going to live in forever.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird for me to look back at that. Like this is weird to say. I do not like those videos where I'm dancing in the background because it's a visual representation of where I was in my life, and they make me sick now. I can't watch.
There's so many videos that are hard to watch.
Yeah, there's so many.
Why is it so
There's
cringy?
So many.
It's just like moving on, right? Yeah. But it was part of our past.
You know what's hard to watch? The vlogs of when we were together and happy. That's what's hard to watch.
I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do that.
I will not.
When we're together and happy and Alfie's looking at everyone and smiling and engaged, that's hard to watch. Yeah. And that's the reason, once again, that this whole thing has happened for me. And it is a change, but it's started there. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I need to go to therapy.
You've said that a few times.
Because I need it.
So why don't you do it?
I don't know.
What's stopping you?
Because I'm too sad. I'm too sad.
But wait.
And I'm so overwhelmed with these kids and work. And I just feel overwhelmed. And like I don't have the time. I don't have time.
You don't have time for therapy, but but it would make everything so much.
Because there's so much pressure. I have so much pressure.
Right.
No, it's bullshit. It's an excuse. I'm just saying it. I keep saying it. So, because you're inspiring me to go.
You should.
Yeah.
It's been amazing for me.
Yeah.
It's been amazing for me. At one point, I couldn't afford it. And I was like, I can't afford because she's expensive. And because of our friend, Dr. Amen, he's put it together that it's been, it's taken care of, which is amazing. But she has been, I have to say, incredible.
Yeah, you're doing so much work on yourself.
Yeah.
So, and you're coming into your own and expressing yourself. And that has nothing to do with me.
No.
And it's okay if we disagree on things.
Yeah.
We can still have love and respect for each other and love and respect our kids.
It's a good example.
And want the best for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not let anything political get in the way of that.
Exactly. I wouldn't. Why would I talk about that stuff in the house? It wouldn't make any sense.
Why would we let that, cause conflict in our relationship?
Yeah.
That would do a major disservice to our kids.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to, I want them to be who they are. I don't want to push any thing on them. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah. We're kind of on the same page.
We are on the same page. We're totally on the same page.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You think it's so weird that
How weird is it?
That we still get along. It's weird.
The whole situation.
Should we fight? Should we fake fight?
I don't even know what we'd fight about.
Wait, I gotta say, yesterday was the first glimpse of not a fight, but of you getting angry with me, and that had not happened in a long time,
right.
And it made me go. And it was for something so dumb.
I was a little resentful.
Yeah, I could see it in your face
because in that moment, I was like, you made us split up. In that moment.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was literally, he came to drop off Alfie from speech therapy, and we both came to the house at the same time, and I couldn't get in. And so I was like, can you move the car up? Whatever. It was just like that.
But there was two things. First of all, the way you asked me to move the car reminded me of like being in videos. And I was like, nope, not having that anymore. Not having that anymore.
Right.
Because I'm the man now.
I didn't mean, I asked you to move
you
the car.
It's not on you. It's on me. This is all on me. This is on me I felt like, and then Poppy was devastated that I was leaving. And then I started thinking about all the things I heard about the weekend about how divorce affects kids.
Okay.
And then for a moment, I blamed you.
Okay.
For a second.
Okay.
I have to be honest.
Okay.
But I shouldn't have done. It's not you.
Okay. Well, at least it makes sense.
Yeah.
I hate when you're mad at me.
But it was just a second, and then I was fine. I just had to get a moment on my own.
Yeah.
I just had to get a moment on my own.
Yeah.
Normally I call my sponsor.
Yeah.
I didn't actually with that.
Yeah.
But and I shouldn't have blamed you because it's my fault, if anything. But there was just that I just went back to that Thursday that we split. I saw Poppy, and then I went straight back to that moment, and I got a little bit resentful, and I shouldn't have done.
It was like a hot thought. One led to the other.
Yeah. But yeah, it sucks.
But you're doing well, and we're healthy, and the kids are healthy.
Yeah.
And two things can be true at once. It could suck.
Yeah.
And it could be the right thing. It could suck, and
it's good. It's good now.
So then that's all we have is now.
Yeah.
Life is always changing.
Yeah.
But right now,
it's
working.
I got to stop looking at your Instagram stories when the family are there, especially because it's too much. I felt really, I was on my weekend, so that was crazy.
And also, that's the thing about maintaining a friendship, even if we're not together in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you couldn't come.
Right.
To hang out and have dinner, you know?
I feel like I'm friends with the family right now.
Oh my God.
Right.
You came in.
I had a hug. Sorry.
Yeah. The last day my family was there. Stephen came to pick up Alfie on his last day of school. Yeah. And you came in and you saw the family.
It was great.
I got him better. How was it?
It was great. I got him far better then than when we were together.
I mean, it was a high buy, but like.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah. But. That's great.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in your lives.
Yeah.
You know? And there's going to be birthday parties and things like that. That's why it's so important to maintain the friendship and the relationship.
Yeah. Friendship. It sounds so weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I have to get back to the kids.
Yeah. I've got to give this to your editor, and I'm going to edit my own because I do everything myself.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
See, it was good, right?
Yeah.
You were worried about doing this.
I was very worried.
I could tell.
I was nervous, but that's okay.
I think it went really well.
Yeah, me too.
And I think we cleared a lot of stuff up for people that wanted an explanation of how you felt. I think this is really good to do this. So now they know we're divorcing with two separate people. My views you don't necessarily agree with. In fact, I would say we're on kind of separate. We're kind of on different sides politically, but we can still be friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I feel like I need to watch more of your content. I haven't done that just because I've wanted to just keep our relationship about.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
I just
why?
don't. It's like irrelevant.
Yeah.
So
why? You keep saying you're gonna watch it. I don't think you should.
No, because you're like, do you agree with it? Do you not? Da da da. And it's like, well, I don't know everything, so
right.
I don't know, but I'm not necessarily political. I also, if I had to pick, I would be liberal.
There you go.
There you go.
And
but
if I had to pick, I would have to say right now I'm conservative.
Yeah, but I can see points for both sides, and like also it has nothing to do with us being co-parents and having love and respect for
and
one
isn't
another.
it amazing that we can have two people that don't agree on. Politics is such a small part of life.
Yeah, we're not pushing our views on one another, and we're not going to do that on our kids.
No. Although it would be interesting. Do you guys think it would be interesting if we did? Well, you're not. I thought that could be an interesting podcast series, just talking about issues.
I'm open to that
from two different sides.
Yeah, I'm open to that. But God, people are so intense, and I'm scared of the hate.
But you can't read the comments.
I know.
You can't read, as Joe Rogan said, post and ghost.
Yeah, that's a good.
Post and ghost.
Yeah.
But yeah, even when we were talking about the, I just end on this. Even when we were talking about the housewife, single mom thing, that was an interesting conversation.
Yes, definitely.
And you gave your side, and I gave. I think that could be good.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to see that, comment below.
I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm very open. Just be nice.
Don't read the comments.
Be nice.
You've got to stop reading the comments.
I'm a highly
seriously.
sensitive person.
So stop reading the comments.
Okay. I don't read them often. It's just one will pop up and like affect me.
Well, the one that upset you today had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, off to the kiddos.
Okay then. Right. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Big announcement done for both of our channels.
We did it.
Her video is, well, no, they'll have seen yours.
Maybe.
Laura's video will be will drop the day before this one. So if you want to see her side of the divorce situation, go to her page, link down there. Subscribe over there too.
Ruff.
Yeah, he kept quiet for the whole podcast. Right, isn't
and he's
that?
chiming in now.
God shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it odd or is it God?
On that bombshell. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Is that red light on? Tell me that red
Yes.
light. Thank God. That was great.
Right?
That was. I think we could do this.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
It's compelling.
It's so compelling.
No. That we're different.
Different politically divorced co-parents.
Still friends. Like
If we don't do it, we're stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
It's so stupid not to make
and
this.
Honestly, I gotta say I enjoyed it.
Right?
Because like I want to fill my days with things I enjoy.
Right.
And I actually really enjoyed it.
I did too, because we never sit down and talk about stuff like this.
And we got married for a reason.
Yes.
Because we're compatible.
Yes.
And so we do get along.
Yes.
So that is fun.
Candy said the most important thing in a man's life for a marriage is compatibility.
Really?
And you only find it like once or twice. Compatibility, kept saying compatibility. You've got to really make sure. You have to make sure. You have to make so sure. Anyway.
Well, even if... Yeah. Even if we divorce now, like who knows?
Yeah,
down the
exactly.
road. Like you never know down the road.